So 3 tips and drills to help you hit from the inside. Great for all you slicers out there. We have to start with a setup. Get this wrong and it makes it so much more difficult. Clearly we've got the driver in my hands. If I take my setup, the ball is always going to be played up in the stance. We like it opposite that lead heel for the driver. Helps with the attack angle, helps us when we're using less loft. The problem with that is that it's really quite difficult to get that trail hand onto the golf club because the handle is to the lead side of my body. And all too often when that trail hand goes on, we see it dragging the shoulder. And so we get the upper body aligned way left of target. And then when we look from the face on, we get the upper body leaning too much towards the target. So you can see how the zip on my top is potentially even ahead of the belt buckle. That setup is unfortunately almost guaranteed to create a downswing shape where the club's going to be coming from the outside, so the complete opposite to what we're trying to do. So the hand slide drill is brilliant. All you're going to do is you're going to get your golf ball teed up, position your feet and make sure that golf ball is nicely off that lead heel as it is there. Club in behind the ball and you're going to take your trail hand and just place it onto your thigh. Now when you do that, you should have your fingers a little bit above your knee, unless you've got extremely long arms. And what I want you to do from there is just slide your hand down until you can just start to feel the top of your kind of kneecap as I do there. What that does, it tends to get this trail shoulder a little lower, tends to raise the lead shoulder. And then from there, I want to try and hold the shoulders in place and place the hand on. From that down the line, we should see those shoulders now falling into better alignment, more matched to where my feet are, and then from that face on we should see the upper behind the lower. That doesn't guarantee that you're going to hit from the inside, but it makes sure that we're off to the best possible start. Drill number 2, I've got kind of 2 names for this. I kind of call it the 5 o'clock drill and maybe call it the arm drop drill. Both are going to be great ways to think about this. So you're going to take an address to your driver and visualize that you're stood in a clock face. The golf ball out there is 12 o'clock. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way around, obviously back to 12. So 5 o'clock would be out here somewhere. Let me give you a golf ball which is going to help us represent that. So it's sort of out behind me. That might have been a bit more 5:30. There's 5 o'clock. So when I get to the top of my golf swing, I effectively want to have the sensation that my shoulders are staying where they are. And I'm just going to let the hands and the arms and the club drop down towards the ground. So it's feeling like the hands and the arms drop. Now, where do they drop? Well, they drop to what I feel is kind of 5 o'clock. So you either think about this as letting the arms and the hands drop, or actually just feeling like you push them down towards this 5 o'clock position. What's actually happening when I do that is I'm effectively revealing this logo on my shirt. And notice when I get to the top of my golf swing, that logo is hidden. And as I let those arms drop down to 5 o'clock, that logo gets revealed. If I was to add my body turn now, you can see just where that golf club is going to approach from. Very much more from the inside, which is essentially what we're trying to get you to do in this video. Very often what you'll find is that if you're struggling with this move, if you are this out to win player, from the top of the golf swing, that lead arm gets pinned against the chest for too long, you would effectively hide that logo and your upper body, your shoulders would spin out far too soon. And you can see just what that's done to my downswing or my early downswing. From here, I've got no chance. Might be able to have some attempt at recovering that, but it's more than likely that club's going to attack high to low and from the outside. And the reason we're trying to eliminate that is because that delivery tends to give low shots, left to right shots, lack of distance and inconsistency. So the 5 o'clock drill or the arm drop drill is great. We go up to the top, shoulders stay in place, hands and the club work down to 5 o'clock. And the way I'd have you hit balls is just get the club into this position and then from there, feel as if you now turn the body and hit the golf ball directly out to the right of your target. Clearly this is one for practice, not the course, because if I do that on this hole, I'm potentially not going to see this golf ball again. But let me show you what that will look like. Take an address, up, hands drop down, reveal that logo, add the turn. Definitely lost that golf ball, but it was coming way more from the inside, which is exactly what that drill will allow you to feel. Now for this final drill, you are still going to need your driver, and you're going to need something like an 8-iron. Doesn't have to be an 8-iron, but something around about that. And effectively what we're trying to do here is trying to slow the shoulders down in transition. So similar to what we just did with that 5 o'clock drill. What we're really trying to stop is that sort of rushed downswing where the upper body starts. We want the sort of upper body to delay a little bit to allow that club to drop and hit from the inside. So this little drill and that previous drill work really well together. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your driver, you're going to hold it on the club head, and you're going to place it, whatever that is, some 6 to 8 inches outside the golf ball. You're going to take your address to that golf ball with that 8-iron, and you're going to make a backswing. Now the idea here is that you're going to try and clip the ball off the tee, but keep the driver head in place. It'll make a little bit more sense as I demonstrate this in a moment. But watch what happens if I spin the shoulders, which is that really common movement. Suddenly the club head moves and I change where that club is. I'm trying to keep that club in its position with the club shaft nice and vertical. Let me show you what that would look like with the golf club. So the club goes outside. I take my address to this 8-iron. Clearly I've got that ball teed up nice and high. But from the top of my golf swing, I'm trying to keep that club shaft in its place. What it really forces me to do is let those arms drop and let those arms, or that right arm, release past my body, as you can see that there. What you might find instinctively, if you're an over-the-top player, is from the top here, you want to make this move. And straight away I can see, or I can feel how that's very, very different. So, let me show you what this would look like. Clearly this ball is not going to go very far, but I'm going to go set up to the top, and then just let the club swing down and through. Probably take that one. Okay, notice how my left hand stayed in place, my shoulders almost stayed a little bit more closed off to the target, and I let this trail arm drop down and release through. I'd almost guarantee that if you're an over-the-top player, that will feel really strange to you, very, very strange, but it's a great one to practice to start to give you the right kind of feels. So 3 drills, which I'm pretty confident can stop you coming out to win, stop you coming over the top, and help you hit from the inside. And that one, little draw around the corner, is perfect.